Hello everybody, Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat coming to you from Memorial Stadium here in Bloomington, Indiana. Today the Indiana Hoosiers took on the Purdue Boilermakers for bowl superiority and bragging rights, of course. Whoever won this game would get to go to a bowl game, becoming bowl eligible with a 6th win. That would not be the Indiana Hoosiers this year, as Purdue will get out of here with a 28-21 victory on a day that they didn't do a lot of things special, but Indiana just couldn't do enough to get over the hump. 28-21 was the final score. Indiana got a late touchdown to get within a score. Then an attempted onside kick was recovered by Rondell Moore of no one else, of course, for Purdue, as they will get out of here and become bowl eligible. Now, the big question for Purdue, of course, is will Jeff Brom be coaching that team when they go to a bowl, as he is widely suspected to be the #1 candidate for the Louisville job that is open. That is something we'll find out later, of course. But for the Indiana Hoosiers, now they go forth for the 2nd consecutive season without going bowling, a 5-7 season again, as was the case last year after going to a bowl game 3 straight seasons. What's next for the Indiana Hoosiers? Well, we'll find out. A lot of questions about the offense this season, a lot of losses in different areas with quarterbacks. They're actually down 2 different quarterbacks from the beginning of the season. They lost their numbers 1 and 2 running backs from the beginning of the season. So this was also a young team, so they ought to have a great future in front of them with a lot of good recruiting classes that have been brought in by Tom Allen, and hopefully he can continue that. We'll certainly see how that goes from here on out. But will there be changes made in the offseason? A lot of speculation as far as people thinking about that it should be, whether it should or not, as far as offensive coordinator particularly. Mike DeBoer has received a lot of criticism from me, for one person. I think that the offense was very stagnant today. In a day of all days, they needed a lot of big plays, and they just certainly didn't do that. They did not get that job done. Coming off a week when they played the #1 defense in the country against the Michigan Wolverines up in Ann Arbor and had yet their biggest game of the season as far as big plays go. But they can't replicate that here today against Purdue, and the Boilermakers will escape with a 28-21 victory, becoming bowl eligible while Indiana gets to sit for this offseason and think about what might have been. Next year, of course, we'll have Michael Penix at quarterback battling with Peyton Ramsey to see who's going to be the #1 quarterback for Indiana as he recovers from the knee injury he suffered this year against Penn State. Also, you may have Cole Guest back next season as well. So the running back room is going to be very good. We'll see what comes up for Indiana next season. But for right now, there's not going to be a postseason for them as they finish the season 5-7, losing here today to Purdue 28-21. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. Make sure you stay tuned to Indiana Sports Beat. You can catch us on indianasportsbeat.com, on Facebook, on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast, all the things. Each weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8, we're live. You can catch us on Indiana Sports Beat, like I said, or anytime thereafter on the rebroadcast. That's going to wrap it up here from Memorial Stadium. I'm Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat, and I'll see you on the radio.